Now the big ones to come, and I spoke about it a few weeks ago. I mean, Casey Prather's the big one.
Yeah.
Casey Prather's the big one, and we know that him and his family love it here in Australia. We get to be a part of it with the broadcast crew. But a lot of it now is, okay, Casey Prather, he took this deal, and Olga will know more of the ins and outs, but he took this deal, he's about to be out of it, but it was the back end of last season, more so as a, hey, can we see you staying here, just showing glimpses in the back end of last year? You stay here, you chose to really grind in the off-season to get healthy, to get back to a point. Other than Casey and his family, he's far exceeded expectations anyone else would have had for him this year. This is an all-NBL first-team caliber guy where he is putting up unbelievable numbers, over 20 points per game, 6 rebounds, shooting the three ball super efficiently, where half it is, okay, whatever contract he deserves now, well, he's one of the least paid imports this year. For good reason.
I think he's the lowest paid import in the NBL this season.
So, and again, people...
In the entire league.
I've heard the same
and he's
thing.
third in the competition for points per game.
Easily the lowest paid import in the league.
But again, he understands that he's coming off 2 massive injuries where you've kind of got no choice. And he said, I've got to bet on myself to do that. But part of whatever he now deserves being one of the best players in the competition this year is a little bit, if you're Brisbane and trying to get that deal done, you've also, as much as he took the faith as well, you've kind of got to say, hey, what you did this year, here's a little bit back for that year as well, and pay the man what he's worth.
He is seeking a multi-year deal. He would like to stay in Brisbane. There is interest in that happening. They are deep in extension talks. But there are other teams around the NBL who are interested. There are teams in Europe, teams in Israel, teams in Puerto Rico, teams in Japan who are interested in Casey Prather. They're seeing what he's doing right now and they're thinking, interesting. Now, I think the sticking point is the amount of years and the money, and they're the two things that are worth looking at. But it's, do you trust Casey Prather over 2 seasons? He's had, let's say, a year and a half of healthy basketball. Is that still worth giving someone like him with his injury history 2 seasons? I think Brisbane has a multi-year offer on the table. I don't know if it meets the number yet for what Casey Prather wants. That seems to be the sticking point right now. But no, it can't be questioned the fact that he wants to stay. They want to keep him. Yeah. It's really just about some of those finer details. But those other teams circling is making it kind of interesting.
Well, if you look at his productivity this year, it is 5x expectation. There's no doubt.
More.
Yeah. There is no doubt. So going forward for this Bullets team to be successful, you don't need Casey Prather to be your one import like he has been this season. Okay? If he performs at 15, 16 points a game, continues the same level of efficiency, his three-point shooting has been one of the greatest stories in the NBL this year. No one would have projected that Casey would be this type of three-point shooter when you watched him play 5 years ago. But also, that speaks about who he is as a basketball character. He realized, I need to be better in this regard to ensure longevity in the league. Okay, so do you trust the three-point shooting? If you trust the three-point shooting, then it's most likely that he's going to be able to continue to perform at this level because he's strong in the upper body, he's smart. Now, on the defensive end is where a lot of people have been critical. I don't think that's as big a deal because you can build your defensive out around him with your team. And again, as a number 2 or a number 3 import, I think it's a great piece.